Hey everyone, good afternoon from Shobi Leong here in a lovely sunny London in the park, in my favorite park. As you can see, actually it's such a beautiful day and tons and tons and tons of people all around. My kids are somewhere in the background enjoying themselves, so I thought I'll shoot a short video and share with you some tips and thoughts about how you could shift your way of thinking and getting the results you want to get. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to say is, excuse the obviously the sound in the background. There's a lot of kids very excited today. There's a drone flying somewhere above me, but hey, it's a beautiful day. Everyone should be out there enjoying themselves. Now, the moment you start to believe in the unseen is when your reality will start to shift and start to change. Many of us find it very hard to do that, to believe in the unseen, because it's just the way we've been brought up. You've got to change the way you think first. You've got to change your way of thinking first before you start to see the evidence appearing. You've got to demand for the evidence before we even believe it to be true. So these are the kind of things that I've had to do for myself, because I've had like quite a tough life. I've been through quite a lot of things, and if you followed me on Facebook, you'll know my story. So there was a lot of things I had to do to unblock my own success from myself, because I discovered that it was myself that was blocking me from my own success. So the things I had to do was I had to change the way I thought, and that was the only thing that I needed to do, because I had followed so many systems and so many processes, trusted a lot of processes, and I started thinking, right, okay, I've done everything I needed to do, but why wasn't I getting the results? And that was because of the way I was thinking. And that's where I then started to spend some time a lot on personal development and started to change the way I feel, change the way I think, to try to get grips with my thoughts, trying to basically take control of my brain, showing my brain who's the boss, instead of, just letting life and letting the environment, letting my surroundings take control of me. So, the big mistake a lot of us do is that we always do it the other way around. When we say to, demand to see the evidence first before we believe it, we always say, oh, I want to see it first before I believe it. That's the wrong way. That is the wrong way of thinking. You'll find that most successful people don't think that way. They already feel it, they think it, they know it, and that's what we need to do as well. So your job isn't, literally your job isn't to know the how. Your job is to know the what, and to be open to discover the opportunities, to discover the how. Do you see what I'm saying? So it is very different to a lot of the way of how we have been taught to think. Now, you need to keep your thoughts directed at your goal at all times. And sorry, let me just move here because the sun keeps the wind blowing. And do everything that to make it happen. Get a handle on your thoughts and take charge and change your life. So here are, let me just give you sort of like 6 tried and tested ways to showing your brain who's the boss. The first one is ask and it is given. And I think you've heard this phrase a lot of times. There's also a book out there by Esther and Jerry Hicks. It's an amazing book. I thoroughly recommend it. I thoroughly recommend everyone to read it. Literally, what you need to do is you need to, find that space, that clear space in your home. Get rid of clutter. Find a peaceful space in your workspace at home. And you have to, I always recommend people to meditate. You have to find that time, that quiet time for just yourself, for you. Meditate on this. Meditate on your goals and your dreams. You've literally got to send a clear message out to the universe and let the universe know, or the source energy know, what it is you really want. Meditate on that, and then let the universe take control, let the universe do its job. The second one is act as if. Now, many a time, sometimes you hear people say, oh, fake it till you make it. I'm not recommending you to fake it till you make it by giving false, results or false, sort of like proof or things like that. When we say fake it till you make it, we mean as in feeling it in your bones. Feeling it in your bones as to how you would feel if you were actually, sorry, excuse me, my hair's going in my eyes. If you were making 10K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month, what would you feel? What would you act like? What would you be saying? And how would you go about? How would your posture be? That's what it means when people say fake it till you make it. You got to feel it, you got to act it, you got to feel it in your bones. So that's the second one, acting as if. Now the third one is, you can see the drone hovering about behind me, is to upgrade your environment. Yeah, I had to do this. I was in a sort of like toxic environment, and anything that sort of reminded me of a past that I didn't want to have or didn't want to know, I got rid of. Like for instance in your house, get rid of all the clutter, give your house a paint job, put some lovely pictures or paintings that that you would think you would have in your dream home, in your new future reality. So when you start doing things like that, you're sending a message out there to the universe that you mean business, that you want to change your life. So those are the kind of things that you can do to sort of like start making your reality shift to where you want it to be. Fourth one, which is something that I really enjoyed and we always recommend, is to make a vision board. Now I'm on my second vision board, but I also know people who've been on their second, third vision boards who've had some amazing results. Now, the whole process, I always recommend people to, we suggest that you cut out people, places, things, experiences that you really want for yourself and in the future reality. Just that whole process of you going out to buy the magazines, finding the right things you want, you're already putting yourself in the right frame of mind, the right mood, and the right vibrations. So find all the things you want to do, cut it out, paste it on a board. Now, if you want to find out how you can do a really good vision board, I've got a 3D vision board. They're more effective to do a 3D vision board. Then get in touch with me. I've got my own private Facebook group. I'll drop the link below. Now, I know that, this is something that's going to really work. It's, I know some people who've had some vision boards and some really freaky results out of their vision boards. They've put things on and they've had some results. My first vision board got me my first 15K, which is amazing, within 90 days. So I'm on my second one, and I think I'm just about 2 or 3 weeks into it, and I'm already hitting my first 15K in such a short space of time. So I hope to make more. I will make more. So, do a vision board. Put all the things you want for your future, your dreams, your goals. Do that. Trust me, you'll enjoy the whole process of doing it. And don't forget, if you want to know how to do it, then let me know. The fifth one is surrounding yourself with the people that think the way you want to think. Oh my goodness me, I'm having a bit of a stutter now. Surrounding yourself with the people that think the way you think. And this whole process of me getting to where I want to be, I've had to, really look at my environment. I also had to look at, eliminating any people who were toxic or negative in my life. And that is very necessary. That is a necessity, I'm afraid. Because if you're going to hang on to people who are going to keep dragging you down, you're never going to be able to get to where you want to be. So, upgrade your environment, surround yourself with people. If you don't know people like that, then it's time you make some new friends. Go to events, go to places where people do the things that you want to do, where you want to be, and you'll find them there and you'll connect with them there. So that is really, really, really important. And the last one is love yourself. That's if you have got any, if you haven't got any other better ideas, love yourself, because your net worth will never exceed your self-worth, and that is an absolute truth. I've spent a lot of time in the last couple of years on my personal development and my own self-development, but more so in the last month, and learning to love myself again, learning to free myself from a lot of things has really, really opened up a lot of things for me. And, it shows in what's happening in my life. It's, there's a lot more abundance, a lot more opportunities coming to me, which, would have never come to me if I hadn't done all this work on myself. So guys, I hope those tips that I've shared with you will help you. And if you want to connect with me, I'll drop the link to connect with me in my Facebook group. Until then, have an enjoyable day. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my afternoon, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care.